Hi there, welcome back to James and James Podcast. Now today we're doing something different. We're going to go ahead and take away our microphones today. And we're going to set those to the side. And what we're going to be using is the Comicus CVM WM100 Plus lavalier system. These lavaliers. So what's going on in the wrestling world?
All right, so on Raw this past Monday, Cody Rhodes had a match with LA Knight, and Cody Rhodes actually won that match. Then afterward, he started going this promo about Roman Reigns. He was ready for the match, and he's been preparing for this match for a long time already.
All right.
So he explained how he was ready and how he acknowledges Roman Reigns, but how he's acknowledged him back.
So how did that go? Did Roman Reigns ever come out?
No, but he's supposed to come out this coming Monday.
All right. So did they meet up again on Smackdown?
No. He's supposed to be back next week. So
oh, okay.
I guess he's just day off, the week off.
So did Cody Rhodes go to Smackdown at all or anything?
He did. It was like the very beginning of Smackdown when it aired. He was saying about how Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, how he wants them to be back friends together, and be friends. So he calls out Kevin Owens, but Kevin Owens already knows what's going to happen. He's not up for it. He really wants to leave already because he knows what he's about to go through with Sami Zayn. So then Sami Zayn came out, and then Kevin Owens said how I already heard what Sami has to say. When Sami says, that's right, but I never heard what you have to say.
And did Kevin Owens ever speak anything, talk about it or anything?
He did, and he was saying how he got what he wanted, or no, he's trying to get what he wanted. And Corona was like, well, it's not what I want, it's what the crowd wants, it's what the people want.
So it's, so we start from the beginning. Cody Rhodes calls Kevin Owens out, right?
Yeah.
So did Kevin Owens know what he was going to talk about?
He kind of really did, but he didn't really exactly know.
Okay, so that's when he said I don't want to talk about this.
Yeah, so he was trying to go backstage again.
So what do you think when Sami Zayn came out and he didn't want to talk about it?
Well, it's like week after week, like Kevin Owens had people already asking him, like, do you want to go back with being friends? He goes, no, and no, all the time. And
so what do you think about that? I mean, do you think Kevin Owens should go back friends with him or not? Or
I think he should. He should, because everybody likes him when they're friends. And when they're not friends, it's really like the same anymore. There's no real tension between them.
But with going on what happened with Sami Zayn and the Usos and how Kevin Owens tried to tell him to come out, like they're using you,
yeah.
But he never listened.
That's right. He never listened, and he kept being attacked by them. And that's why he needs Sami to get his backup.
Kevin Owens needs Sami as his backup?
Yeah, because if not, he's going to be getting attacked, which we've already seen on Raw several times.
Well, the only reason he was getting attacked was because Kevin Owens was trying to help Sami Zayn.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
But Sami Zayn would never
he
listen to him.
Yeah, because that's when he was on the Bloodline. That's when he was all part of Bloodline. He wanted nothing to do with Kevin Owens at that time.
But now that he's not part of the Bloodline anymore,
he wants to be with Kevin Owens now.
But I get what Kevin Owens is saying. Look, dude, I already tried to help you so many times. I've been attacked by these guys. You attacked me while the Bloodline. Right. You cost me a match. You done all that stuff. So why should I trust you now when you didn't want any of my help before and all that?
Yeah, that's what he said about Cody. He said to Sami that I don't want to be friends with somebody that doesn't want to be a friend. And that's what he said, which is what you're talking about right now. But
then with Kevin Owens, I don't think he owes Sami Zayn anything.
Yeah, I think Sami owes Kevin everything.
And Kevin Owens said at the same time, Sami Zayn kept saying, how we were friends, we betray each other, we fought against each other, but we always come back friends.
Yeah, we always find a way.
Yeah, but that's also, to me, is Sami Zayn just you know what, I did all this, but so what, let's just be friends anyway.
Yeah.
And to me, I'm like, no, I don't think Kevin Owens should do that. I don't think he should be friends. But like Kevin Owens said, we could fight each other. I mean, we could fight to bring down the the Usos or the Bloodline.
Yeah.
But it's really not even Kevin Owens' fight. Like, he has nothing really to do about it.
Yeah,
he was just trying to do it to help his friend, which his friend did not want help from him.
Yeah, because all Kevin wants is a Bloodline to be down. That's all he wants right now.
All right. Well, then he, like he said, he goes, I don't have to be friends. We could just
fight, not be friends.
And I think Kevin Owens was fine without that.
Yeah.
So what happened after that?
So after that, in the parking lot, Kevin was going to his car when Sammy stops him and saying how he's not right. And then Kevin was already not in a good mood. So he just gets to the car and is shot away. But after that, Sammy was in a backstage
interview, right?
Yeah. And I think her name was Kathy Kelly. I'm not sure that was the one. But she was saying how, like, what's going after now? And Sam was like, well, I'm not going with Jay, who I'm probably going to attack the second I get in the ring.
Okay. Yeah, I think I remember seeing that. So then Sami Zayn is in the ring with Jay Uso, right?
Yeah.
And so what happened with that part?
All right, so then on SmackDown, Jay comes out, and he was saying how from day one, I didn't like you, and how the people knew that he didn't like him. Then he was saying how the crowd started liking him, and how Jamie, Paul Heyman, and Roman and Solo started liking him. And then, once he put his guard down, he betrayed him. How he made him look stupid and embarrassed on television in front of everyone.
Yeah, and I don't agree with that saying, though. I don't think he did embarrass him and all that. Sami Zayn just wanted to do the right thing.
Yeah. And that's what he was saying on SmackDown. Like, I did the right thing. I didn't want to take anything from him anymore. And that's why I did what I did. They were saying how you should do the same thing, but you chose to be with him. They were saying how, then Jay was talking about how he chose to be with him. And then Sammy goes, well, you had a choice to be with me, but you chose them. You're not forced to go with them. You have a choice. But in the end, you always go with them. But because Sammy wants Jay to be with him and not on the bloodline. So
do you think they'll get back together like that?
Maybe sometime in the future.
Yeah, but not right now?
Yeah.
All right. So what happened then? But they were talking, right? And then after that, Jay hit Sammy, right? But then Sammy attacked Jay back.
Yes, yeah. And they started fighting in the ring. And then Jimmy comes on and attacks Sammy also. And then they started double teaming. Then Kevin Owens comes out and tried to help Sammy. And then they helping, and they got them both out of the ring. And they were successful at that. And then they hugged.
So what do you think about that when Kevin Owens came out and he pretty much beat up Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso, threw them out of the rings?
That was pretty awesome how he did that by himself.
But I was surprised the other guy didn't come out, the cousin or whatever.
Solo Sikoa, yeah.
Yeah, I was waiting for him. Because I'm like, if he didn't comes out, then I'm pretty sure Cody Rhodes comes out and all that.
Yeah, because we didn't hear anything from Paul Heyman on SmackDown.
Yeah, I guess it was their day off or something.
Yeah,
that's
the week off.
So they were like, running at Raw, that's it, next. All right, so what do you think is going to happen next?
Well, on Raw, because Roman's going to come out, I think they're still going to address about Sami Zayn and Cody Rhodes and what's been going on. He's trying to talk with Jay also about what he thinks about it, about Sami. Like, do you think you should be with him or be with us? Probably give like another choice, maybe.
All right. Now, if he has another choice, who would he pick?
Probably the Roman.
Roman, the bloodline?
Yeah.
All right. And then they just move forward from there, right? Yeah, to me, this looks like the beginning of the end of the bloodline.
Yeah.
Because you got Cody Rhodes saying, I'm going to beat you in WrestleMania. You got Jay and Jimmy. All right. They're not against each other, but I don't think there's 100% trust there.
Yeah, they're trying to find their ways to be together brothers.
But I'm curious, they don't have a match yet for WrestleMania, right?
No.
So I wanted to see who's going to be the one. So who do you think could take the belts away from Jay and Jimmy?
Right now, with this whole storyline, it's to me Sami and Kevin. I think they're going to go to WrestleMania and probably have a match and hopefully beat them.
And take one of the sets of belts?
Yeah.
Which one belts do you think they take?
Probably either, I guess, SmackDown.
SmackDown?
Yeah, I think SmackDown for sure.
So it's like, who's a real dominant team on either SmackDown or Raw right now?
For the men, the Street Profits will be on Raw. then it's not really like a tag team, but it's more of a faction now.
Who's
With the Santos.
Santos Escobar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But didn't he just fought? He fought somebody right now.
He fought Dominic.
Dominic Mysterio, because they're part of that storyline with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought that was a pretty good match.
Yeah, it was Dominic Mysterio and Rhea Ripley versus Santos and Selena Vega.
So how do you think that Vega lady did? That girl.
I think she's
small.
Good. Yeah, she is small.
I think the ring was almost like taller than her.
She can barely sit over the top rope.
But it was funny though, because it looked like she really did a number on Ripley.
Yeah, she can do a lot of like luchador moves too.
Yeah, I think Ripley was kind of surprised on that. So what do you think about that Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio? Because Dominic Mysterio already pretty much told Rey Mysterio, "You're not my, you're deadbeat dad. You never show up."
See, but the thing with like Dominic Mysterio and Rey Mysterio, like Rey Mysterio has to really put his hands on Dominic to promote and hype up this match. That's what needs to happen, because if they don't, it's not going to be as much hyped up.
But why is Dominic still focusing on the dad? Why doesn't he focus another wrestler?
That's what I'm saying. Like, why doesn't he just move on? And I also goes to the Hall of Fame. Like,
so do you think with the Hall of Fame, he's going to stand next to him or introduce his dad?
No, because they have to try with a storyline. If he does do that, that storyline falls apart.
So then, who do you think could induct Rey Mysterio? Because Eddie Guerrero's not there no more. Chavo, I don't know about Chavo, maybe. But Chavo. Who else right there who was really Batista, maybe? Because they had a little reign together.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of hard because, like, maybe his daughter or his wife.
Did he have one with Kane? Did they have a run, or was that
Daniel Bryan?
Daniel Bryan?
That was Team Hell No.
Oh, that was a good one. All right, so I'm just curious to see like who will induct Rey Mysterio in.
Yeah, because Dominic can't do it, because that's just a storyline.
It would be good if he could do it. Maybe step out of the storyline and do it, but.
I think fans will be more confused if they do that, because when we just saw him like attacking his dad, and now he's like nice to his dad.
Yeah, that's the thing with WWE. Like they always have to be in character.
Yeah.
But sometimes they break characters for certain reasons. For certain situations. So we'll see what they can. But yeah, I'm curious to see. I mean, we got to think about it next time to see who do we think is going to induct these Hall of Famers in there. Okay, so then who do you think Dominic Mysterio should really try to, like of all the wrestlers right now, who do you think he should try to go against to build up his name? Because that's what he's trying to do.
Yeah, build up his name.
I'm trying to build by his own dad. I'm like, come on, he helped you by getting in there. Leave your dad alone. Go with somebody else.
Yeah, you should definitely find more bigger names in the company. Like, he's been finding Santos a lot, but I think he should probably stick with them for a little while. They move on to someone else, like more a bigger name. I don't really know who right now at the moment.
Yeah, because unfortunately with Dominic Mysterio, he cannot win a match by himself. I forget what it's called.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, they need his faction, or he needs a Ripley to help him.
Yeah, because
he can never win by himself.
I mean, he has this faction with Damon Priest, Finn Balor, and Rhea Ripley.
But you notice when he fights with them, he's like the weakest link of them.
Yeah, he barely fights in their matches.
And if he does, he gets beat up.
Yeah,
and they got to save him.
Yeah.
So I know he's the weakest link, but I think he needs to build his name by fighting people. Like, look at Austin Theory.
Yeah, he's by himself right now. He has no one to help him.
No, but he's fought all these big names.
Yeah, he crawled from the bottom to the top by himself. And of course, Vince was there, but ever since Vince, he's been doing it all by himself.
Yeah, but I think if Dominic Mysterio follows what Austin Theory did, but of course Austin Theory could back it up.
Yeah.
Dominic Mysterio, he's still trying.
Yeah, that's why Theory has a title on him right now, the U.S. title.
So I think if Dominic Mysterio comes in, wrestles at WrestleMania, for wherever he wrestles, his dad or anybody else, but then he needs to get out of wrestling, go back to the drawing board, build himself up, put some muscle on him.
Yeah, I do think he needs to work on his body a little bit.
Yeah, he's almost there, but he needs to fine-tune everything.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason why he can't be ripped right now. Mm-hmm. At least whatever he has, tighten it up, and then build more muscle mass. Unless he's gaining weight right now to build muscle mass.
Yeah, like bulking.
Yeah, then that's something else. But mean, I don't know what's going on behind closed doors at the gym, but we'll see what happens. But I do think he needs to take a break and rebuild himself, then come back again.
True. That's very true.
Yeah. Because, I mean, he's fighting, but he's losing a lot. Or if he fights, he wins by help.
Yeah. Like, he needs a lot of help in the ring.
All right. Well, I guess next time we got to figure out who Dominic Mysterio said. Well, we said Santos Escobar.
Yeah.
But I think if he wants to, he could go through Santos Escobar. But then who is a major star in there that he should wrestle next?
Well, a star would be Cody Rhodes.
Well, no. That's jumping to the top of the list. All right. But who's the bottom? Well, not the bottom, but towards the mid to low superstar right now that you can see.
LA Knight or the one part in the Street Profits.
There you go. Okay, yeah, he could start from there. You know, Street Profits are making a name. LA Knight's making his name. You know, he could go. Miz, yeah, Miz. Oh, Miz. Dolph. Well, Miz is the stepping stone for a lot of people. Yeah. Like Miz is like that. That's his job now. If you want to get more, then you go through Miz. Yeah. Miz is that stepping stone, and he knows it, and he's fine with it. But yeah, Miz would be a good one.
Dolph Ziggler, maybe.
Dolph Ziggler's another Miz. They're both the same thing. Yeah. Like these are stepping stones.
So like Dolph always tries to help people. Like with Theory, he tried to help him a lot in his matches.
I think like what you said, it wasn't Dolph Ziggler. Miz. I think because Miz does very good on storylines. Yeah. Because he doesn't mind to down talk himself to get the storylines, especially the balls.
And the thing about Miz, he likes when the crowd boos him. He likes being a heel. Yeah. So he's been sitting on like a TED Talk and everything. Like if you boo me, that's just get me more powered up.
Yeah, I mean Miz. Yeah, you're right. Miz does perfect with that. He does good, and he knows he does. So that's good. So yeah, maybe Dominic should do a Miz, not side by side with him, but more of a
like 1-on-1.
Yeah, and they could go with that, But I'm not sure. I mean, if maybe Dominic, when he goes, he needs to separate himself from the faction.
Probably, yeah.
And do that. But I know the faction is just more to build up his name. True. To get his name more out there and all that, which is working. But yeah.
The faction is just showing like we can probably, beat you guys in the match, or like more of a dominant kind of faction.
And I think it's a side thing. I think there's a WWE starting more factions because AEW is known for the factions. Yeah. And I think that's why they're doing it. They're mirroring or copying what AEW is, because it's working for AEW.
Yeah, because I think right now both companies are trying to win up each other, like all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think it's working. So what about with Charlotte Flair and Ripley, though, since we're on the Ripley part right now? So what do you think about that promo? How do you think it's going? I think because Ripley said that you're the only one who's not scared of me.
Yeah, and that frustrates her and everything. Yeah. Like Ripley's talking to her and Charlotte is just like saying her with a straight face on her face.
Yeah, and I'm not a fan. I mean, yes, I'm a fan of Charlotte Flair, but I'm not. I think we talked about it last time how she comes back as a champion. Yeah. That's what kills me about her. That's why I want her to lose. And when she loses, I don't want her to come back a year later and come back and be the champion again.
Like that's what just happened like months ago.
Yeah, like stay in there, be a heel to everybody, and then, for the ones who wants to come up in ranking, fight them too. You know, like not like you don't have to go way down, but like the 1, 2, and 3, contenders. Yeah. Do that. Of course, if Ripley wins, they're going to do a rematch at Fastlane or something.
It'll be Backlash.
Backlash. There you go. I know there's something last in there. Okay, so I think it'll be that. And then, of course, I think Ripley should hang on to the belt.
Yeah, I really think that she deserves a long title reign. Not a short one, but a long one to say, like, she should be the champion.
I think they did that to Belair, right?
No, it wasn't Morgan.
No, but Belair won the championship at WrestleMania. Oh, yeah. And then she lost it the next
pay-per-view at SummerSlam.
I'm like, no, that was wrong. And I think a lot of people knew that. And she had to wrestle back and get the belt back.
Yeah, it was against Becky Lynch. And then Liv Morgan won it. And then at SummerSlam, I think she lost it.
And then But that was when did Becky Lynch come back and she won the belt? Was that it or no?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so, yeah.
Yeah, then Liv Morgan was just a one-time deal too, right?
Yeah, I really think that title reign should be much longer.
Well, I think they did it because she had a big following behind her and she was really pumped. Like, fans were, like, acknowledged her and were following her. And I think they did it because of that.
Yeah, plus of her gimmick change too.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm going back to Ripley though, but I think I want her to win. I hope she wins. And that will be good on her part because I was a fan of hers before she was in the faction. When her and Charlotte Flair were going back and forth, she kind of reminded me of Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that.
I could tell that's Miley Cyrus, but with muscle. And that's why I was a fan of her there. Then she changed.
Yeah, I know you do like emo / goth kind of gimmick with her.
Yeah. We should do like before and after picture next time. So that's how she is. And put Miley Cyrus next to it. Yeah,
I mean, you like Rhea Ripley in her solo career. Like, she did really good at that, her solo career. Yeah. Before the faction, like you said. I mean, with that brawl, though, with Charlotte Flair, when the promo was done, they had that brawl, remember that?
Yeah. Oh, that's right, yeah.
And that brawl got intense, though. And they went into the crowd and everything.
Yeah.
And the security was trying to pull them apart.
But see, what I was expecting was, this is what I think. When they were brawling back and forth, okay, I was expecting the female wrestlers to come break them up. Because when they have the males do that.
Yeah, they have a whole locker room come out.
Yeah, you're right. The locker room comes out and they separate them.
And it's the locker room and the security guards and the refs.
So the thing was, why didn't they do it to this one? That's what I was expecting. You know, because yes, the other guys were heavyweights, so they bring them out. But still, you know, Ripley's pretty big, you know, and Charlotte's, you know, status is big. So why didn't they do that? You know, was this because they're females or what? What was the deal? You know, but I think they should have. That would have been more dramatic. I think that would intense the feud, even though it is more. But it would intense the anticipation from the crowd. Like, oh my God, I can't wait for the next one.
Exactly.
Or maybe they're listening to us. They're going to do it. They're like, oh, those guys are right, man. So, oh, by the way, make sure you like this video and subscribe to this channel. Don't forget that you get all this good news coming out.
But going back to the promo, one thing in particular stood out to me was how Rhea Ripley said how she had her reasons why she chose Charlotte.
Yeah, and not Bianca Belair, right?
Yeah, but then she said how she'll get back to that. So like I've been thinking about like what's happened with them later on once she has her title reign.
Because Rhea Ripley is on Smackdown and I guess Raw, right?
Yeah.
Because they go back and forth.
Yeah, like...
Maybe because of the WrestleMania stuff?
Yeah, that's what happens. They start going like hopping brands. Like hopping over.
Which is good for fans because they get to see them like, oh, she's on Raw.
Yeah.
But we're watching we're here to see SmackDown.
Yeah, that's how it used to be.
But to me, when they go back and forth in different brands, I think I said in the last podcast, is it take away from the SmackDown stars that want to have a match.
Yeah.
But that 20-minute promo takes away that time.
True, that's very true.
But at the end, what was the outcome of Charlotte Flair and Ripley at the end of the separation? Was that it? Did it stop from there? Or?
Yeah, the separation was like, once they got separated, Charlotte went on top rope and showed Charlotte like her title, like I'm a champion, you're not, and everything.
She showed Ripley?
Yeah.
And you said Charlotte again.
I did?
Yeah. You're getting like me now. There can only be one. Well, anyway, so yeah, I thought that was pretty neat how Charlotte just goes up and shows her that. So let's see what happens next time. Because again, they were fighting each other. So Raw is going to know like, hey, we put these together. They're going to fight. So I'm curious to see what they're going to bury or they're going to put, or maybe SmackDown they're going to do it.
Yeah.
What bury would they put? Like, would they know? Because I don't know if you noticed, but they were hitting the securities.
Yeah, and Charlotte like kicked the security guard.
But this is different from referees because they're not supposed to touch the referees.
Yeah. So
I guess that's why they were hitting the security guards.
Well, Charlotte did kind of shove the referee out the way in her face.
Well, one of them, they were straight up hitting them in the face.
Yeah.
Or, of course, pushing them. I'm sure it wasn't hard, but, they were still doing it.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see what's going to happen. Are they going to put some like people in the way, barriers in the way? Will they keep them separated, but they put a table in the way?
Yeah, I think that these brawls should last a little bit longer with Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
It should go more into the crowd. And make it last longer.
Maybe that's actually a match. So let's see what goes from there. Now going to AEW. The one thing I liked was that bar mitzvah.
Yeah, it was pretty hilarious.
I'm like, what?
It was just so stupid, but it was funny. I mean, well, how he came out with those girls, right? Like the Godfather.
Yeah.
And how like when he got to the ring post, he kissed like 4. Then he kind of made off the other one.
You're like, whoa, what's going on?
And how they got into the ring. Remember when all those guys came out and they were circling around the chair?
Oh yes.
And then they carried him in a chair, but he almost fell off. Like when they went like chair, they carried him. He was like this, like he was fell off the chair.
I don't know if you noticed, but I think one of the guys made a face like, "God damn, this guy's heavy."
They're generally struggling that thing.
They're like, "This guy's heavy."
He was struggling because remember he went like that. He almost like fell off.
Yeah, like they were struggling to carry him. But then the music came on and somebody came out.
So first, it was Jungle Boy that came out, and then Jungle Boy said like 2 words. Then Sammy Guevara came out, said 2 words. Then it was Darby Allin that came out. And then they all said, I think it was MJF that said, like, what do you guys want? And like, at the same time, they said, I want a title match.
Okay. Now, what title does MJF have?
The World Heavyweight Champion, I think.
So is that like the heavyweight champion, or is that like a middleweight? Like, where does the ranking on that one go? Do you know?
I think it was heavyweight, I think.
He's a pretty solid, bigger guy.
Yeah, he is.
And those 3 guys, how did they look?
Skinny. Not skinny, but like mid.
Like a welterweight or something.
Yeah, they're not
70
really big
or less. Guys. Especially, who was that guy? Vega, the one who goes with Jericho.
That was Sammy Guevara.
Sammy Guevara. He looks too young too. I'm not young, but I'm like he looks like he just came out of high school or something. You know, like I don't know. To me, I don't think. See, that's my mindset. I think we talked about this on WWE. To me, when I think of championships, I always think of heavyweights. But I go to watch AEW, and they're not. Most of them are not big guys.
They're not really tall either, though.
Yeah. A lot of them are small, and they have these slim, thin bodies.
Yeah.
And to me, it was like, man, how did you get in there? I'm sure you had to be athletic, and you could do these maneuvers, gymnastic stuff, and all that, the luchador stuff, you know. But still, to me, in my mindset, I know there's a different generation, but these guys are all small. I'm like,
yeah, but like, but at the same time, they're all like big fan favorites, though.
Yeah. So anyway, so them 3 are asking for it. So if, say for example, he gives one a choice.
Well, I don't think he's gonna give one a choice. I think what's happening is some point in the future, it's just to be like a big triple threat match. And whoever wins that will face MJF.
Okay, but who do you think of all those 3, who should face MJF?
Well, I think Darby Allin should be the one.
Who's that one?
The one, the face paint, half face paint.
Yeah.
Remember him?
Yeah, I know him. I know. Well, why do you say him? Why do you pick him?
Because like he's a big fan favorite. 2, he can wrestle. He fought these big guys. He would have fought like it was Samoa Joe too.
But did he win?
No.
How long was the match?
It was like a normal time, like maybe like 10, 15 minutes.
Okay.
But my second pick would be Sammy Guevara, because he was talking about how he came from the bottom to the top, how he scratched his way there. He worked on these odd jobs he had to get there. So I think he should be the one too.
I think the one you picked when you started talking was boring me. I was like, you start talking about how he was young or what? Film
how
school?
he dropped out of school?
Yeah, I'm like, what? Just get to the point, man. Come on. What about Jungle Boy?
What did he say?
Well, who has he fought?
He fought his former tag partner.
Has he fought any big names?
Not really. He fought his former tag partner pretty like a long time ago. Then remember he fought Christian in that burial match.
Oh yes. To me, I think of all 3 of them, I would think Jungle Boy will be the one to. Of all those 3.
I don't know why. I just can't see him holding a title. I don't know why.
Because it's Jungle Boy. But yeah, that's what I would pick. I would pick that one. Who would you pick? You could put that in the
comments.
description. Yeah, put that in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe. Wait. Let's go back to the bar mitzvah. All right. Okay, so so what happens? Did they fight each other? Or he just says
they actually did fight each other, and so they all one of them attacked one. That's when they all started fighting, and then they all started attacking MJF, and they pushed him on his cake. Remember that?
That's right. That's right. He fell on his cake, and he was telling everybody, "Don't touch my cake," because every time they would come up, they would try to touch his cake.
I think one of them actually in his finger, but
I guess he found his cake and then he left from there. But he never told anybody he told him no.
Yeah, no.
He said no, which I get. Like I would say no. Like
he said no, thank you, bye. So each one of them.
All right. So what else happened in AEW?
So another one would be on Dynamite also between the JAS, the Elite versus the House of Black. So the House of Black did retain. Remember we talked about that? How we both thought they were retain. Yeah. So we're right on that. But on the Elite, remember I talking about how they're always fast paced?
Yeah.
We didn't really see that in that match, although they did go a fast paced super kick. They would super kick a lot of people.
Now this is the hometown of Chris Jericho, though, right?
Yeah, and Kenny Omega.
Yeah. So they were, but I noticed Chris Jericho and him, they were kind of like partners. Yeah, they were allies together sometimes in there.
Yeah, it's been a while since they both faced the ring together.
I think a lot of them, I guess, were allies against the big guy from the House of Black.
Yeah.
So I noticed them teaming up to get him too.
Yeah, that's true. But the crowd did like it when they were both in the ring, though. They did face off a couple times.
Yeah.
But I noticed how every time they try to face off, the crowd, not the crowd, the wrestlers would kind of
they interrupt them. Yeah. So I guess they want that match to be later or something.
Yeah, that would be an upcoming match.
But I do like the Elite. I thought they were pretty good. Was it the Chris Jericho's? What was that? The trio? JS. Okay. I think with them, to me, those guys need a lot more training when you look at them.
That's the thing with the JS. It's basically Jericho's faction. Jericho has to run under his wing, to help him get to the top and train him more. But
when I watched them wrestle, those two guys, of course the Purple Pants guys, to me is they do a lot of luchador stuff, but I still think they're they need to get more. First, they need more muscle. That's just me. They're just too small. And they got to get some more wrestling moves. So they got to bulk up so they could do these bigger moves besides this high flying stuff.
Yeah, the one person I do think is ready, to be by himself, will be Sammy Guevara.
That's what I'm talking about. If he's one of the ones that I think were to me in my mind when I was watching, I'm like, man, this guy needs more practice. And then he comes out and wants to fight for the championship. I'm like, what? No, you're you need to go back to the drawing board. You need to pick up some more stuff.
Yeah, get more experience.
Yeah, because they were tearing him up in that match. You know? Yeah. I'm like, how do you go from there to there? You know. But
I think that's just poor booking. I don't know.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Who picked this guy to get back up to the championship?
I think what it should have been was the House of Black versus the Elites.
Yeah.
Because the Elite are pretty, experienced. Like the Young Bucks, the two guys on the side of Kenny Omega, they're a tag team and they do pretty good in the ring.
But I guess because of where they were at.
Yeah.
Their hometown, they wanted them to go together because that's what they did. They teamed up a lot. So again, who won this match again?
It was the
House of Black. Yeah. And I thought they should have won, and they did, and I think they did a good job. Now, there was a lot of times where I didn't think they were going to win.
Yeah, I do think the House of Black, it's good that they won titles. I do think it does belong to them because this could be a good title ring because they're very dominant,
So then after that, I don't know, before or after that, they had the women wrestlers, and the one who used to be Paige at WWE. What is her name now?
Saraya. That's her real name.
And she came out and she was flicking everybody off there. Did you see that?
And that's the thing about, her gimmick changed into this heel thing. Same with Toni Storm. Her gimmick changed also with that.
And I saw that, and I'm like, but however, when she talks with that accent, it's kind of hard to take her seriously. I was like, oh, she's so cute. She sounds.
Yeah, because she's like the UK, so he has that UK accent.
And I think she got in trouble because of that. I think they fined her money because she was flicking the crowd off, and then AEW doesn't want that. But even though MJF does that a lot, though.
And it's not that MJF, like, wrestling do that also, like, a lot.
Well, I read somewhere where that they fined her, and she said she was okay with it. I'm like, what the heck? I'm like, because I know it was the first thing I saw, because I guess the AEW's wrestlers been doing that too much, and that the crowd is like, people
not liking it.
Yeah, like, why we pay money to come to your show and you're just flicking us off? We're giving you money. Yes, you're heels, but you don't have to do that to us.
Yeah.
Because what the crowds do, they do it back, right?
Or they throw stuff.
Yeah. But when they do it back, who sees it? The TV.
Yeah.
And then you get the TV has censorship and all that. Even though you might not be the WWE, rated G ratings or whatever it is, PG, but you still are accountable for what
you
the
create
wrestlers
cross
do.
the line.
Yeah. You're still accountable for what the wrestlers and the crowd does.
Yeah, because you don't want the crowd like turning on you, and that'll be bad.
Yeah, turning around in AEW in general, like, hey man, you all flick us off all the time, we're gonna stop going to your matches. But I that was something else I wanted to point out too. That was that. So did Daniel Bryan come back?
No.
Did Moxley wrestle this time?
I don't think so, but I know he was with the Dark Order.
Yeah, he came out with them or against them?
Against them.
Oh, okay. And then, but I think when Dark Order came out, they kind of like backed away, right?
Yeah, because Evil Uno was the one that wants to face John Moxley, and he did, and he lost. But Evil Uno still wants to face him.
All right. Well, there you go.
What's your favorite tag teams, past and present?
Well, one I just mentioned, which was, actually, you know what? Kane and The Undertaker. They were the real dominant, them two, because they're the bigger guys and they could pretty much railroad through pretty much everybody.
Yeah.
So that was one of my favorites. Now, if you go to the, going back to the originals, the Dudley Boys.
Yes.
The Dudley Boys were good. They were charismatic, what's up, and they do all that. But they were always good because they did tables and chairs. They were known for that. Now, if you come back, all these of mine are WWE stuff, was you had the Hardy Boys and you had Christian and Edge.
Yeah.
Christian and Edge all the time. And the Hardy Boys and Christian and Edge always fought against each other. And there was a lot of table and matches in there, and that's where Dudley Boys stepped up. But Dudley Boys always brought it to the next level with that. So based on tag teams, I would probably go with the Hardy Boys before Christian and Edge. Christian and Edge would be the honorable fourth.
All right.
How
so
about
you
yourself?
said you say Undertaker and Kane. Then it was what, the Dudley Boys? Then it was who?
Hardy Boys.
That was for the past or present?
Oh shit, everything's all in the past because I don't think any of them.
Past.
How about present?
Yeah,
let's
present.
See. Let's see. Right now,
like a Raw or like AEW.
Those boys you're talking about, the
Elite or
no WWE.
The Street Profits.
Street Profits. I thought they're pretty good. I like them, but I like the other guy, the thinner one. He built some muscle on him.
Yeah, and he's a high flyer.
Yeah, and he's a high flyer, but he's more cosmetic now. Now he's more out there. So I think whatever he did brought him out of his shell more. And of course, putting more weight on. That's what I'm talking about, how the wrestlers need to look like a wrestler.
Yeah.
And that's how he's coming out like that. He put more muscle on him. But if I go to AEW, I don't really know too many tag teams right now because the Elite are all a 3-man tag team, right?
Yeah.
I don't even know who's a 2-team tag team.
Yeah, there's only factions.
Because they're all 3s, right? What about the ones with the scissors? Are they tag team?
That's a tag team.
All right. I think I don't like the scissor part, but I like. Yeah,
I'm all for it.
I think that's so stupid. Of all the things they could think of, they picked the scissor thing. I'm like,
but see, I don't. But I think that they make it work though.
Yeah, but there's an underlining of what the scissors stand for. So I'm like, but I think those guys are funny. I mean, they wrestle too. They wrestle pretty good. So I like them. What about yourself?
All right. So what's your top three? Present.
The present? Oh, I don't know them two. Street Profits. Those two guys from AEW.
Okay.
But if I was to throw a women's in there,
it wasn't really women's.
There's no women's, right?
Yeah. So mine would be past. Would be mine were the primetime players.
Primetime players. Oh yeah.
With Thanos Neo and was it Darren Young?
Yeah, yeah, they were good.
And then it would be a Big Cass and
Enzo
Amore.
Oh,
they were the best.
Oh my God, those guys were crazy.
And how do you know? Like, I think it was Team Hell No too. Team Hell No would be one of those.
That was Kane and Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're both funny together.
I do think Enzo and Big Cass, but they were a small reign, I guess, because Enzo always had problems. But I always thought they were pretty good too.
Yeah, and present would be the Elite, and the Street Profits. No, it would be the Acclaimed, the Elite, and then the Street Profits.
But are the Elite tag teams or are they trios?
It's a trio.
So it's not a tag team though.
I guess, yeah, but
so that's what I was saying. Like, it has to. It's kind of hard. AEW has a lot of trios.
Yeah.
So you don't want the Ass Boys on AEW?
No.
That backfired on them.
Yeah.
The Ass Boys, they get called like that.
No, actually, no. You know what? I think FTR will be like another number 4.
Say it again.
I think FTR will be a number 4.
Okay. Now is FTR 3 again, or is it tag team?
It's actually a tag team.
Okay, all right. There you go. All right, well, that's pretty good. Yeah, well, now you know. But, okay. So, who would Kane and Undertaker from AEW, I'm sorry, from WWE, when if the tag team that you put from AEW, who would win? The FTR.
It would be Kane Undertaker.
He Kane Undertaker.
Yeah, without a doubt.
All right. All right, well, there you go. I won. Well, that was our episode. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. And any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section down below.
You can now follow us on Twitter.
And we'll put the links down below. Thank you for watching.
Peace.